Good evening, everyone. My name's Irene, for all those who don't know me. Just waiting for you a little bit late again, as per usual. I'm always late, a couple of minutes, either way. I think it's no worse on you when you're early and you start talking to yourself. It's bad enough talking to yourself when when there's people there. It's even worse when there's nobody there. It is. Here we go. Hi, Natalie. Hi, Savannah. Hi, Vicky. Hi, girl. Glad you're all joining me again. Hi, Lucy. Hiya, Val. You still there? You never answered me, Val, the other day when I texted you. You ignored me. I'm sure you were hiding underneath the table. Hi, Irene. Hi, Susan. I'm sure you did. Hi, Tracy. We all been having women love being late. Only a couple of minutes. Not by long. Not by long. There goes my gob say. Every time I put these on me, gob goes on me. Hey, Karen. It's what I call wobbly gob. Right, so folks. You need laugh, Val. Hide underneath the table. I know you are. You're all hide from me. You just do it on purpose. Got my crystal ball out and everything for you as well, and you just wouldn't come and join me. It's very disheartening. Hi, Dion. Hi, Kathleen. Right, so I don't know how many has jumped on this morning, but I was on this morning with my little trinket shop, showing you all my key charms and stuff. But I also made a few announcements. The spooky night, folks, on the 31st of October. It's still in Village Hall, absolutely steeped in history. Yeah, loads of spooks and bumps and everything that goes on in the night. And it's the 31st of October, Halloween. How good's that? Huh? 30 quid a ticket. And all money raised on that night goes to charity. So if you'd like a ticket for that, get yourselves inboxing me and get a place. Somebody's just messaged me there. It just come up ping. There's Shelley. Is Shelley back on? I hope so. I hope so. Hi from the Philippines. Hi, Joanne. So get yourselves on my page if you want to have a if you want to come to the spooky night on October the 31st. And places are limited. So if you want a place, inbox me. Yeah. The other one is the special evening of clairvoyance, and what that entails is it's going to cost you £3 if you want to come, and it's via Zoom. And you come into the Zoom room, and we're going to do it's Irene and friends, so there'll be a couple of my friends in there with me, and we'll be doing readings from pictures and flowers. So what I ask you to do, you email me a picture of a loved one who's passed the spirit side of life, or a flower. Yeah. So on the night, my thing's flashing here. Did you see that? On the night, it's doing it again. We'll pick something at random, and whoever's the recipient, I can't say it, will get a reading from that. Okay, so that is on the 16th of September, and it's a Wednesday night. So that night there won't be no live feed because I'll be in the Zoom room doing the other. All right, so that's from 6 o'clock till 7:30. So without further ado, I'm going to ask you to like and share the post as often as you like, because the more the merrier. I'll just sort my iPad out. I nearly forgot there. Let's see if it's on. If it isn't on. No, that was 6 hours ago. Right, I'll sort this out and then we'll get cracking there. But yeah, just keep... Oh, no, I'm there. So just keep liking and sharing the post, like we normally do. I think that's it. Yeah, it is. Right, there we are. I think it's that one. Soon find out. Isn't it terrible there? Yeah, it is. Right, so keep liking and sharing, and I'll start our first card off tonight like I normally do. And if you want to attend any of them events, inbox me. Jodie, I don't know. Whoever's told you that, I don't know. I haven't got a clue, honey. Oh, are you there, Shelley? She's back. How long does it take? 2 weeks for me to sort it out. I'm only clever. Right, there's your first card where I'm starting you off with tonight. Okay. Have a look at the card. For all of you who don't know, before I go any further, right, Shelley, I accidentally blocked her. I think it was last week, and I couldn't unblock her, and she was absolutely gutted because she couldn't get on. But there wasn't just Shelley, there was somebody else as well. There was Irene Nelson, who I blocked, but didn't do it on purpose. It was accidentally done, yeah. But now I've managed to unblock both of yous. I've sussed out how to do it. So it's amazing what you can do when you're off work, isn't it? Yeah. So hi Tracy and hiya hiya Catherine. Right. So your first card's this one where I've chosen. Yeah. And as I look at this card, I am going to say somebody here on the earth plane needs to be keeping their own counsel at the minute, because I feel a little bit as though I'm tied up in knots here, and I feel a little bit aggravated where a situation connects. Okay, so silence is golden. I want to keep my own counsel, and I don't want to be telling everybody everything about what's going on in my life, because I do believe there's a lot of outside interference going on, what you can do without, because you've got enough issues going on with yourself without anybody else adding to them or making things worse. So I am going to say to keep your own counsel and don't be telling everybody everything. The month of May comes in, so I want the May month as well. Hiya, Michelle. The May month also connects as well. But I'm also going to say as well, I've been drinking that fizzy pop, you know, and I keep going to belch, sorry. I believe I've got a hernia problems, something to do with hernia here on the earth plane. And that's what I feel as though I'm picking up from the card. I feel as though I've got something wrong with my intestines or hernia or that type of problem. So if this is resonating, if this is resonating with anybody, please give us a nod or a wink at the bottom, because that's what I believe I'm getting from it. Hi Jess. Hi Debbie. Well, I know I've given you the month of May as well, please, but I want the number 27. The 27 connects with this. Hi, Linda. You're late. You're later than me tonight. The 27th also connects. And I don't know whether I want the 27th of May with this, but I know I want 27. I know I want the number 27. So whether I'm 27 or I live at 27, or the 2nd of the 7th, but I know I need the number 27. That's going to connect where this card connects in. So keep your own counsel, whatever's going on, because there is stuff going on. I am going to say I've got problems around my stomach area, whether it's my intestines or hernia, that type of problem, but keep your own counsel. Natalie, does it make sense what I've said to you though, please? And not May, no. But a lot of hernia or something wrong with the intestines. The number 27 connects and the month of May connects. And I have to keep my own counsel. I have to stay stum. There's something going on here on the earth plane, and I have to keep quiet about it, because I won't be doing myself any favours by saying or telling everybody my business, because I believe everybody wants to have a piece of what's going on, and you've got to keep it to yourself. Okay, so that's what I want to say where that card's concerned, and I'm shuffling them now. I don't know whether you can see me doing that. So you can start chucking your hiya Jane, start putting your Elaine, if you could understand what I said. Right, that's all right, Stacey, if you can't understand the May, but you can understand the rest. Right. Deacon's birthday May, and you might have hernia though. There you go, Savannah. Right, there's a few years there. So lots of love and healing where that condition is. So start punching your numbers in. You dare skive off Shelley Baker after it took me 2 weeks to get you put back on after all the moaning and complaining you were doing. I don't know you dare. Right, so folks, put your locations in as well. Let us know where you're punching in from. And put your numbers in. Okay, so do a bit of both. Put your location and put your numbers in. Right, I've got a connection here too. Debbie Ace, you put 942 there, my love. Do you mean number 9 or 42? Or you going 942? Right. We've got quite a few people. Right, the connection I'm looking for is East End. I keep getting East Enders here. And I do believe I've got an East End connection. And that's what I'm looking for there. Up the road from me. Right, Atlanta. You got the same surname as me there, Geordie. Could be related, you know. Not saying we're common, like. Right, so I have got a connection with the East End. I know I have, because I keep talking about East Enders here. And I can hear the East Enders music behind me. And I believe I have got a lady with me who's connecting on a motherly vibration. And I know what number I'm going to pick, strangely enough. And I don't know whether anybody's punched this number in. But I'm going to start counting them out now. 1, 3 from that one. What, you and whose sisters? What, you and Jodie, your sisters? I don't know whose sister you are, Jess. Right, so the feet stop moving. Keep it going. Keep liking and sharing the post. Hey, Chris. Chris, if you've got no better to do, I might just shout you up here later on. Jodie and Gina. Right. So the number I'm looking for is number 13. Who's chose 13? Anybody or nobody? I want the number 13. Who's chose 13? No, it's not 33, Shelley. It's 13. 1 and 3. Right, Shelley, you're just being daft now. You put too many numbers in. Right, number 13 I'm looking for. Nobody? And I want a connection with the East End. I know I've got a lady spirit side of life and I've got a connection with the East End. That's where I want to be. And I want the 13. The number 13's connecting. I know, I believe this lady. Has anybody got 13? It's going to be a slow night. It really is going to be a slow night. There you go. We've got Christian. She's just put 13 on there. You've just cheated, haven't you? I love the way you cheat. Right. Right. I'm putting the card down. So the lady I've got spirit side of life with me. And like I'm saying, I have got a connection, spirit side of life. This lady comes in and I believe it's mum or mother-in-law. That's the feeling I get from her. And that's what I need to fetch forward. And I want this East End connection. Christian, I don't know what you're saying sorry for. But that's what I want. She comes in with that East End connection, and I believe I want to travel back over to where. All right, Jane. Right, thank you, Jane. Can you understand the London connection? If you can, give me a yes down the bottom, because this lady keeps going on about the London connection here, and I know I have that London, and I believe I want to go back over to London. So whether I want to travel to London, but she comes in either on a motherly or mother-in-law vibration. That's how I feel as she comes in, okay? And I have to mention this London connection because all I can hear You can't understand the London connection with this lady, that's fine, but somebody else can. I know you can. The number 13 is the card, right? So we'll go with the card first, yeah? I can't go with the card. I've put the card down, sorry. I have to find where this London connection is. I have got a Londoner here, a lady, spirit side of life, who connects. Right, Rebecca, you understand the London connection. I know you haven't chosen the 13, that's absolutely fine, but would you understand where there's been talk or I want a connection back to London? That's what I want. And I can't pick the card up just yet, folks, because this lady's battling on me lugs here. She said she's not going to give up until somebody acknowledges who she is, okay? I believe she was this way in life. If she got something between her teeth, she wouldn't let go of it. And I believe that's what's going on here on the earth plane at the minute. I'm like a dog with a bone. If something's not right, I'll keep going on and on and on and on. Yeah. So all these who can understand it, please keep listening. There's something going on here in the on the earth plane. Right, Debbie, you listen as well, please. Where I'm a little bit like a dog with a bone. Once I've got hold of something, I won't let go, because if I believe I'm right, I'll stick to my guns. I'm on my soapbox, and that's how I feel where this lady connects. September month comes in, she puts a condition around my heart area, okay? So whether I suffer terrible with palpitations or I have a nervous disposition here on the earth plane, that's what I have to talk about as well, because I have to bring lots of love and healing in where this is concerned. I have to make reference to where somebody's eaten way too many packets of crisps. She brings crisps in by the bucketful. So whether I've got a fetish for crisps or I love crisps, that's what she brings in. And again, it's memories, what she talks about and what she's mentioning here. So I have to mention them, okay? She talks about as well, please. Right, Debbie, you can understand that. That's brilliant. She also talks about, I know the name John is very familiar, but I have to mention the name of John as well here on the earth plane. Happy birthday Eve to you there, Mandy. Right, you can understand that as well, Debbie. And you love Chris, Rebecca, right? So keep listening, folks, because it's the way she brings it in. And it's like wheel my wheelbarrow through streets broad and narrow. So I have to mention the name of Molly as well. I need the name of Molly or a surname of Malone. And she brings that in as well. But I believe this is to do with the connection to London as well. So you can understand your grandbrother, right? Brilliant. But I have to mention that as well to you. This lady says to me, where the stuff's going on the earth plane, please take a step back, because things will sort themselves out. Stop getting too involved in it, because the truth will out. So it's she's talking in riddles here, as if to say, well, there's been loads of stuff going on the earth plane, and there's been loads of tittle-tattling. And she's saying things will sort themselves out. That's fine if you don't know them names, Rebecca. Just remember I brought them forward, okay? So take this lady's love on board. I am going to go with a card now. That's a card I've chosen, and this was number 13. So if whoever chose 13, please listen. So as I look at the 13 and as I look at the card, I say it's a new moon, it's a full moon, yeah? And I feel as though we go a bit loopy where the full moon is. Every time we get a full moon, we're going off it. So I believe somebody here on the earth plane does go off it every now and again. So me temper-wise, I can't keep hold of it. It just flares up and I can't help it. I really can't help it, okay? But I feel as though my world's been turned upside down as well. Okay, and I want that over the last 18 months where my world has been turned upside down, and I mean where somebody passed a spirit side of life. That was totally unexpected. So if anybody can understand what I've just said, give us a yes down the bottom there, please. Please keep liking and sharing the post as well. And my iPad's not giving me the option tonight to give you a wave. I don't know why. It's got a mind of its own as well. So yeah, if you can give me a nod or a wink or a wave down there before I go any further with this. I don't know why that's doing that. I'm just waiting for a bit of confirmation there, because it seems to have stopped again. Right, Elaine, you can understand. I want the last 18 months where things have really gone. Right. better move. I forgot you. If I put my iPad right up to my face. Right, so I could be still with you as well there, Rebecca, so please listen. There's quite a few years. So where the 13 was, the 13 is significant. And it's like it says unlucky for some, doesn't it? Or lucky for some. That's all right, Vicky. If you didn't pick the number, I'll just go with the card, okay? And the number, but the number will signify with somebody else as well, okay? But my world's been turned upside down over the last 18 months, and I want where a gentleman would have passed spirit side of life, totally unexpected, because that's how I feel. Totally unexpected, wasn't expected in the least. I was here 1 minute and I was gone the next. That's how I feel as I look at the card. Totally upside down, okay? And it's like things have only like scratched the surface of this, but I believe this is where I've been an emotional wreck. I believe I'm an emotional wreck as well. I break down at the slightest thing. Break down at the slightest thing. But I'm also getting a connection here, even though I've mentioned where this gentleman would have passed. Yes, Marv, it's free. The live mini readings from 6 till 7 and the random readings, okay? Right, I have got as well, please. I've also got another gentleman who stands behind me as well, please, who would have had a scar or a birthmark of some sort on his face. I have that as well, okay? And whether this makes sense to you guys who are listening as well, because that's what I see. I feel as though I've got a birthmark of some sort on the side of my face as I look at the card, and I know I've got another gentleman stood. I know Mike is a very familiar name. I'm aware of the name Mike, and I'm also going to give you the name of Jeff. I need the name of Jeff as well, please. So if that resonates, if it does, give me a yes to the Mike or yes to Jeff, because they're the two names that are being brought forward. I am not saying it's the gentleman with the scar or birthmark. I am saying they're the two names that's just been given to me. I don't feel very old with these gentlemen, both of them. I don't feel old at all. Now, my old's in the 90s. I only feel in my late 40s, early 50s, up over, but nowhere near 90. I'm giving myself a big scale there. I don't know why, but that's what I'm going to say. I'm also going to say, please, there's a connection here. Right, Mike was your stepdad. And Lucy are saying yes to Jeff, thank you. Right, I'm also going to say as well, November the 5th and October the 31st is significant, because as I look at the card, I see where I'm carving out, whether this is memories, but I see pumpkins being carved out. That's what I see as I look at the card. I see the pumpkin being carved out, okay? So whether that's memories, that's what I'm going to say. And I'm also going to say I've got a connection to the coals now. I don't know whether I want the surname of Coles now or the coal mines. Maybe so. Do I want both? Right, I'm going to give you both. I want the connection to Coles, the surname, and I want the coal mines. So I've got connections to both there. So if that makes sense, give us a yes down the bottom there as well, please. If that makes sense, the surname of Coles and the connection to coal mines, and October the 31st. I see the pumpkins coming out. Yes to Mike as well. So I see the pumpkins coming out. So I am going to say where my frustrations are. What's that say? I don't know. Why is all I can see is Tracy Sutherland about 50 times? I don't know. Right. No to coal. Right, you carve pumpkins. Right, you carve the pumpkins. That's fine. Marv, you pick a number from 1 to 72, my love, and the card numbers are picked at random. So I am going to say where the frustrations are here on the earth plane, please bear with them. Please take all the love from spirit side of life, because I believe this is what they're coming in for. And they're coming in to say to you, all these white feathers, what you keep seeing, and all these things you keep seeing, what you keep thinking you're not, acknowledge them. That's what I have to say to you. You have to acknowledge them. I'm also going to say to you as well, please, whoever's listening, have you heard me? My gob's going now again. I have got a problem with my arm, and it's in one of them slings, you know, the pillowcases where we hang it up because it's swelling. Remember, I brought this forward because they make reference to this. So whether somebody this side of life would have suffered with this, and it's here on the earth plane as well. So I am going to say to you, take all the spirit's love from spirit side of life. Know that they are there with you. But there's also been talk of somebody wanting to emigrate, or whether it's a what's the word? It's one of your wishes to emigrate, because I do get Australia connections as well. Okay, so there's Australia connections as well with this card. So don't give up on your dreams. That's what I have to say to you. Do not give up on your dreams, because they're very much to the forefront. Take all the spirit's love, and I'm going to say thank you very much for that communication there, and for that. I don't know. See, my head's gone. My head is totally gone tonight. It's totally like gone. Right, so keep pushing your numbers in, push your locations in again, keep liking and sharing the post. See if we can get more shares than I got last night. Yeah. Um, you need me there, Linda. Linda, I think you should get up here and give me a break. Oh, Chris. I might bring Chris up. He can have a go. Give me 5 minutes to get my head back, because my head's mashed. Right. Chris, if you're still listening there, give us a yes if you want to do it. And you, Linda. I'll send you the link. Right. Yeah, just keep sharing. Doesn't matter how many times you share. The more you share, it doesn't cost you nothing. Right, we've got somebody from Durham. Right. Keep it coming up. Keep liking and sharing the post. The more likes, the shares, the better. Right, I'm going to spread these out. Right, I know, yeah. Right. I've got two. Keep them coming. Right, thank you. See, it's pushing the feed up. See, the more times you likes and shares, the better it is. The feed moves quicker. I don't know why, but it does. Right. I know, I'm losing it. Right, we'll leave it there. Right, so I'm talking away to myself. You all think I am talking away to myself. I'm not really. I'm talking to my friends upstairs. It just sounds and looks as though I'm talking to myself. I have got a gentleman with me who keeps twittering away at me ears. And he's a lovely fella, absolutely gorgeous fella. And he is. And he comes in with a great deal of love, and he tells me he's somebody's dad. And I keep asking him whose dad he is. And he's saying, be everybody's dad if he wants to be everybody's dad. But that's how I feel with this gentleman. And he's so loving and so kind. I believe he would have passed in his early 60s. And he tells me he's got a heart of gold. He wore his heart on his sleeve, and if he could help you, he would. Yeah, and that's how he presents himself. He tells me, and he makes me aware. Come on. I want the name Bill, William, and I know it's a familiar name, William. We would have got Bill. It would have got Bill. So if anybody can understand Bill, the spirit side of life, as dad, because he is dad, He's not an uncle. He's not an auntie. He's dad, right? He's somebody's dad, but he's not telling me whose dad he is. He's just saying he could be anybody's dad. So whether he's a little bit confused before he passed through side of life or not, I don't know. But he is quite humorous. He keeps making me chuckle, and I keep wanting to laugh with him, and I don't know why I'm laughing. Um, but that's what he makes me aware of. So I'm just waiting for somebody to acknowledge if they can understand him. Um, your brother-in-law is called what? Law X called. Is he called Bill or William? Alison. Is he called William? But he would have got called Bill. Ah, right. He's called Billy. Is he in spirit? I hope so, because I'm talking to him. Because if he isn't, I'm totally off the wrong beam here. But he's so lovely. That there's more than one of us who can accept this. Right, he passed at 62. Right, I'm with you, Monday. I'm getting yours now. Right, William, yeah. It's amazing, isn't it, when you start feeding the donkey, it starts pushing it up. And then I can see who I'm talking to. But what a lovely gentleman he is. I feel so kind with him, so kind and so loving and so generous. And where he talks about being generous, so you guys who've acknowledged him, please listen. Where he talks about being generous and so loving and kind, I believe somebody here on the earth plane is being taken advantage of for their own generosity. Yeah, but somebody here on the earth plane is being taken advantage of because they're very similar in nature where this gentleman is. And he says, don't be so daft. Now's the time to stitch your purse up or stitch your pockets up and pull the reins in a little bit. It's one thing helping somebody, it's another when people are taking advantage of you. And that's what I feel as I need to bring forward from this gentleman. And he comes in, like I said there, with all this love and compassion, because he was a compassionate man, and he wouldn't have been afraid to cry the odd tear, okay? So where he talks about crying the odd tear as well, he tells me there's been a few tears shed here on the earth plane lately, all right? And whether they've been tears of happiness or joy, I am going to mention where there's news of a birth or a pregnancy where tears of happiness will be shed. And I believe it's something I've been waiting to hear. All right. And that's what I need to bring forward. So whether I'm spoiling somebody else's surprise here or not with this gentleman, that's how he comes in. He comes in with the heat and the warmth. And that's what I have to say. He also makes reference as well where there's been talk here on the earth plane where somebody's suffering with COPD and that they have to wear an oxygen mask or they're going to be given the bottled oxygen. So if that makes sense as well, give us a yes down the bottom, please. Because that's what he's making reference to now. So he talks about a lot of ill health here on the earth plane. And I believe I want it with a lady. I believe I want it with a lady here on the earth plane, and that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for this acclamation. I don't want an acclamation. Whatever acclamation means, he's putting the words all jumbled up in my mouth. I believe this gentleman would have been I believe he would have been confused before he went to Spirit Side Life and he would have talked a bit of gobbledygook, and that's how I feel. And I've been like this all day, to be fair. So I believe he's been hanging about all day. He's been waiting for tonight just to come through and say, look, the compassion's there, but the happiness is going to be there. You're going to cry tears of joy instead of sorrow. And I believe that's what I have to say to you. The February month brings back, I'm doing big size here. February month wasn't a good month. And he doesn't tell me why, but I believe there was passings around the February month. And I want this past text. I don't know. Right. This flipping, you know how you all have the security? Right, I'm talking security now. On your computers, it's Norton. I swear to God, it's been trying to take over my computer all day. It's been trying to take it prisoner. It's just popped up again. It's dying to nick the computer off me, and it's not getting it. I'm going to block them. Right. So where I'm saying security as well, there's always a meaning or a message behind that. I believe there's been talk where somebody's getting either cameras in or a fire alarm or some sort of alarm fitted as well, because he makes reference to that. But I know I need to check. I need to check my smoke alarms. I need to check smoke alarms, please. So please check your smoke alarms, because that's what he makes me aware about. That's where it takes me attention to, the smoke alarms. So please check them smoke alarms and make sure they're working. All right. So I'm going to leave you with this gentleman's love. I'm going to leave you with all his love, and I'm going to say God bless him and thank you very much for coming forward there, because he is so lovely. He's so lovely. Um, I know, yeah. Right. So the cards I chose number 5. So who chose 5? Right, you're getting a camera for the door soon. That's brilliant, Alison. So I want the card number 5. Right, and your dad was diagnosed in February. Bless you, Jess. Lots of love and healing there, coming from Spirit Side of Life as well there. Right, so who chose number 5? Anybody or nobody? Number 5. I'm going to cheat here, because Katrina Speed, you did. Oh, bless you, Alison. Right, so number 5. I did pick 2 cards actually. It's getting to be a habit of mine, this, and when I'm only supposed to be picking 1, 2 were coming out. So I did choose 5, but the 2 that came out, they were stuck together. So, right, who else chose 5 there? Right, you chose 5 as well, my love. So they're the 2 cards I chose. Yeah, so the number 5. So if this resonates with you, please take on board what I'm saying. If it doesn't, that's fine, because there's always somebody there who's listening where it's meant to go. Right, so these 2 cards, as I look at them, I'm getting a conflict of interest here. It's all about conflicts, isn't it, tonight? Men picked. You mean picked? Oh, you fell asleep, girl. Am I that boring? Thank you very much. I'll take that on board. Right, so as I look at both of these cards, I am going to say I'm a lot older and I'm a lot wiser and too long in the tooth to be taking any rubbish from anybody. All right, so where I'm saying that, I have to say to you, stand your ground, stand firm, and do not be pushed over. Stand firm, okay? And I want this where family. No, you're not, Shelley, because you're being blocked. Stand firm, yeah, where family's concerned. Don't let them override you, okay? Don't let them overrule you, because you are big enough and old enough now to stand on your own 2 feet. So as I look at the card, and it's this one I'm making reference to, is for you to stand firm, because you are a lot wiser, and there's a lot more about you than what your family give you credit for. They seem from what I'm getting from the card, it's as if like they're not giving you credit for who you are and for what you've achieved. That, to me, they're trying to still keep you as a child and not let you grow and flourish into the lovely being that you are. Okay, so stand firm, stand your ground, and don't let your family roll over you or push over the top of you, because you're an individual and you should be treated as such. Okay, so if that makes sense, you give me a double yes down the bottom. If it doesn't, you say no, Irene, it's a load of rubbish and I don't understand exactly what you're saying. But as I look at this card, there's loads of growth there. There's plenty of growth there, but there's lots of water gone under the bridge as well, and there's been a lot of upheaval, lots and lots of right. There's been loads of sad times in your life as well, where family's concerned, and I believe as though there's been a big distance where family's concerned, and it's as if they've cut you off. And there's no need for it. That's what I have to say. It's as if they've cut you off because you're not abiding by what they want you to do or follow suit, okay? So there has been lots of upset and lots of upheavals where your family's concerned. But I am going to say to you, family It's blood thicker than water basically, and it has this uncanny way of finding its way back. Okay, so where these, and I want this where relationships are as well, because I believe where my family don't agree with the relationship I'm in, or they don't like the person I'm with, but at the same time, ultimately, it's your choice and it's up to you who you're with, okay? And it's up to you to live your life. And the only way I can say it is if, like, your family's lived their life, you've got to be allowed to live yours and learn by your own mistakes as opposed to other people's mistakes, all right? So I am going to say there's a lot more growth there where family's concerned. So whether we're getting news again of I want news. I want news of more family members that I didn't know I had. So whether I'm getting my cousins back or people I didn't realise were related to me, I'm going to get in contact, or they're going to be contacting you. Okay. So remember, I brought that forward there with this, but I've got the thing with unicorns here. What's the connection with unicorns? So whether I like the mysteries and the unicorns, and I'm following the rainbow, that's what I'm after. Okay? So that's what I'm after. So I'm going to say happier times are ahead and they're going to get a lot better. Okay? But stand your ground where family members are concerned. Okay? Stand your ground. And don't be that pushover. Right, would you understand the name of Sean? Sean. And it's spelled Sean. Right, brilliant. Brilliant. Well, watch where them connections are coming in, where family members are, family tree, what you don't know you've got, because they will be coming in, okay? So just remember I've said that, but I need to give you the name of Sean. There's the name of Sean there as well. I have to give you that. Right. Just remember I've said it, my loves, because it will fall in. I promise you it will. Promise you. Right, where's Chris? Right, Mandy, your son, Sean. Chris, are you there? Are you hiding under the table? Are you at church? What day is it? What day is it? Is it Thursday? No, it's Wednesday, isn't it? I've lost track. Don't know what bleeding date is. How mad is this? Right. Right. You have a cousin. Brilliant. Thank you. There we go. Right. Oh. I keep going quiet tonight and I don't know why. I'm like, I don't know. I haven't got a clue why. Must be this cloudy lemonade. Oh yeah, it is. Why is there no bin day tomorrow? I get my bins done on a Thursday. It's Thursday tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah, it's Wednesday, yeah. Right, hang on then. Let's go. Where are we going? Bless you. Don't allow them to do it, my lovely. Don't allow them to do it. Right, I've got the name of Patricia, Spirit Side of Life. I've got the name of Pat. Patricia. Shelley, I haven't got no vodka. I keep hoping somebody might buy me a bottle, but they won't. I had a little can of that Copperbird last night. I had a bad head today. You only know it's Wednesday if you know it's bin day tomorrow though, Vicky, don't you? Right, I've got the name of Patricia, Spirit Side of Life. Pat. Anybody understand Pat, Spirit Side of Life? And I believe she comes in more on a friendship vibration than anything else here. I don't believe she's mum or... And if she is, I've made a mistake, but I know I need the name Pat or Patricia. That's where I'm looking at. And that's what I'm after. So, are we? Somebody say yes they do. No, they don't. Right, Gail Marshall, you saying yes you can. Right. You off tonight, girl? You're not going to work. Hi, Jackie. Slow gin. Don't do slow gin. And you can take Patricia. Right, Katrina Speed, she was a good friend. Right, I believe I've got more of a friendship as opposed to Mam or anything. And I know I've got Pat or Patricia, whichever. That's what she gives me. But there's a few of you there who were saying yes to me. You're off for a week, girl. Brilliant. You can go and get me a bottle of vodka and drop it off next time you pass it. Right. Right, so everybody just please listen here because we've got quite a few with the name Pat who's passed through side of life here. And I know we're all talking gin and everything else, but I believe this lady would have liked the drink as well. Geordie, don't tell me any more than a yes or a no, my love, because I could have come out with that now. I won't, because you've told me. If that makes sense too, yeah. But as this lady comes in, she makes me aware there, please. And I am going to say I did like a drink. I did like a drink, okay, and I did like to enjoy myself. I used to like to go to the club. She talks about the club. So whether I went to the club or the pub, but I like to go out. I like to socialise and I like to have a drink. Yeah. And that's how she brings it in. Whether she smoked or not, I don't know, but I know I have got somebody, it's fine, Jodie. I have got somebody who's smoking as well, smoking their head off like a paratrooper here. And I am going to say she would have been I've got somebody, spirit side of life, whether this is her or somebody here on the earth plane who likes to look at eye candy, they love looking at the fellas. So whether she liked to flirt or that was her nature or just the way she is, but she comes across as though it was all right, as long as you didn't touch him. No, I'm in looking, and that's how she comes across. Yeah, so she brings that fun factor in. Um, but she liked the drink. She liked to dance as well. She had a few good moves on her, she tells me. She had a few good moves. But she also tells me as well, hey, my lord, she wasn't really bothered what other people thought of her because she just enjoyed herself and she wasn't bothered. I can't tell you exactly what she's saying because I keep having to stop myself. Um, and I'm not saying she had a mucky mouth at all, but she was she would put the odd word in, yeah, because she didn't care. She didn't. She wasn't bothered. As long as she had a good time and everybody else had a good time round her, that's what it was about, and that was what was important. She tells me. She tells me as well, please, before she passed through side of life, she would have got muddled up. So whether she had dementia type conditions or Alzheimer's, she got totally confused. And whether it was a drink that took a few brain cells away or whatever, but that's how I feel. Um, right. So that's how I feel with her. And I do believe it was dementia or that type of condition that eventually when she passed through side of life. So she comes through with this fun thing, yeah, and she talks about, yeah, she didn't. Um, the fun factor's missing here on the earth plane. Whether she wants to bring that laughter in, she wants to bring the enjoyment in, but she also talks about as well where somebody else here on the earth plane is having the odd 1-2 drink where it's becoming a little bit of a habit, and she's saying it's not a good habit to get into. So that's what she's saying to me. So if you can understand that, give us a double yes down the bottom because she's saying it's a bad habit, really. And with the lockdown, we're doing it more in the house as opposed to going out and socialising. So we're not getting out and about, we're not going out and enjoying ourselves. We're just sitting and thinking, oh, well, I'll just have a little drink. And then that other little drink turns into another little drink. And that's what she keeps coming in and talking about. She giggles about it, but she's saying, just be careful it doesn't come into one of them really bad habits what she got into. Because she does say to me, at times she would have walked about, and if it's not her, it's somebody else here. Who would have had a drink in a cup and told people it's black tea. That's how I feel. Or there's somebody here on the earth plane that's doing that. That's what she makes me aware of, and that's what I'm going to say to you. So she's a lovely lady, absolutely beautiful soul, and she is. So take her love on board. Oh. Why do I have to mention timeshares here as well? She talks about timeshares, whether she got ripped off at one point with timeshares, because she talks about timeshares, or somebody's talking about getting some timeshares or something to do with abroad. That's where she takes me. She also mentions Saudi Arabia, whether somebody used to work there years ago, but she brings them memories in as well. And she talks, right, I have to mention the name of Alice as well. I want the name of Alice. And don't be saying Alice, 24 years, live next door to Alice. Right, so I want the number 36 as well. Who's chose 36? Right, you can take the person who drank the cup. See, the messages that are coming through tonight, the splitting links all over the place, which is absolutely fine. But I had to make reference to that where it was in the cup and it was like black tea I'm drinking, but it wasn't. It was alcohol in the cup. So I want the number 36. Right, so you can understand that as well. Brilliant. You chose 36, Shelley. Who else has chose 36? Oh wait, there's more than Shelley who's taken 36 and all the years. And I need the name of Alice as well. Because Alice comes in. Right, where? Right. Alice was your grandma. Right, so Jess, where Alice is, please, would you understand where she could stitch really good? Sew really, really good? Because as this lady came in, she came in with loads of loads of embroidery stuff. So whether she could sew, and she was really good at it, that's what she talks about, where somebody's either talking about making their own wedding dress or having a wedding dress made, or she would have made a veil to do with a wedding dress, because that's what she brings in. That's what she brings in, and she brings this wedding dress in front of me. So whether there's been talk of somebody getting married here on the earth plane as well, or somebody's getting a ring put on the finger, that's what she brings forward. So that's what I'm going to mention as well, because I'm rubbing my hands as I'm saying this. Okay, so I feel as though I'm making a wedding dress, or somebody's going to be making me a wedding dress as opposed to going and buying it. That's what she makes me aware of. So that's what I'm going to say to you. Okay, but somebody's definitely getting a ring put on that finger. So if you can understand that, be brilliant. Give us a triple yes down the bottom if you understand what I've just said. Right, and I'm going to come back to the number 36. I want to come to the card. So by the looks of it, there was only Shelley who was acknowledging 36. That's the card I chose. So if you can understand it, please listen, and keep liking and sharing the post, because it looks like it's... I love it how it just stops. It just doesn't move. Right. There can't be that many people online tonight. That's probably what it is. They're sick of hearing me. Um, have a gag for the kids. Yeah, put some earphones in, Shell, and you can't hear them. Right, so this one here, 36. I look at it and I feel as though I have to compare myself to other people around me, because I believe I'm not happy with my life in general. Okay, so I keep looking back at myself all the time, and as if to say, well, what can I change? What can I do? Okay, so I feel a little bit of sadness for this card, because I am looking back at myself constantly, and sometimes I don't like what I see. So as I'm saying that, it's as if to say, well, we can change things what we don't like about ourselves, but it's up to us to recognise that, and change it. And we can change it, because we are all are in charge of our own destinies. I believe we are anyway. And if there's something you don't like, so say for instance it's a hair colour you don't like, you change it. If it's your environment, you change it. So stop looking back and trying to compare, because I feel as though I compare myself a lot to other people, and I'm discontented with the way I look or I feel about myself, and I shouldn't be, because beauty comes from the inside and not the outside. Once you recognise that beauty on the inside, it cascades to the outside, and everybody looks upon you and you feel it, okay? And that's what I'm going to say. So stop looking back and stop trying to compare yourself and looking at yourself thinking, I'm not happy with this. If you're not happy, change it. And you'll feel that sadness lift. You will feel that sadness lift. November month is very significant as I look at the card, November month. And I do believe there's lots of room. There's lots of room for growth here. You just need to believe in yourself, okay? Believe in yourself. But there's lots of growth. I want a connection where apple blossom is, okay? There's something to do with apple blossom here. I see it as it comes out the tree, apple blossom. And I believe as well, where my family's concerned, I know there's a distance here because it's behind me, okay? I believe I've left loads of things behind me, and that's what I miss as well. I miss that contact, and I miss that environment, and I want it to be where family's concerned, because as I look at it, my family tree is right behind me, and I miss that contact. So yeah, I miss that. I'm also going to say as well, I have my own I have a thing about my mum here. I don't know what it is. There's something to do with my mum here. I need to put something right where my mum's concerned. So whether there's things that were said, and I believe I can't undo it, I'm going to tell you can. Because whether mum's here on the earth plane or whether mum's there in the spirit realms, you can always put things right. Don't leave things to chance. Don't put off today what you could do tomorrow, or whatever the way that saying goes, because that's what I mean as I say. That's what I mean as I say. See, there goes me gob again. I'm talking gobbledygook. That's what I need to. Don't put things off. Say them. So whether you want to say it out loud, if they're upstairs, say it out loud to them. Okay. Make your peace and move forward, and you'll feel the weight lift. The minute you do that and mend them bridges, get them mend them while you still have the chance to do that. Don't take anything for chance or for granted. That's what I need to say. I need the name Emily as well. I need to mention the name Emily. So whether Emily connects, I don't know. But I need Emily as well. So whether it's that song, what's singing there as well in my ears, the name of Emily. But there is a sadness there. And I am going to say there's a piece of jewellery that was left from a great grandmother. I've got a piece of jewellery here, so whether it's a pearl necklace or whatever, I want a piece of jewellery that's still left here on the earth plane, okay? So if you can understand all of that, thank you very much for listening to me and taking part in that part. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about tonight, you know. I swear down I must be still drunk. I feel as I am punch drunk. And as I'm saying that, punch drunk, yeah, we're just tying up here, aren't we? Right, so I'm going to do one more quick one and then we're done, yeah? Is that all right with everybody? Because we are getting nearer to the time, and that's why I'm getting punch drunk here. Lost me on the last part. I don't even know what I said about the last part, Shelley. Right, so where things need to be said, if there's bridges that need to be mended, get them mended, say it now, get it done. I've got a young lad, spirit side of life, where I'm saying punch drunk. I am going to say he passed really Go and put the kids in the shed. I wouldn't know. I'd put them in the coal bunker under the stairs. Right, so I've got a young lad, spirit side of life. And I know I keep talking about punch drunk because I believe I was drunk and I got punched and I didn't get up. So if anybody can understand this young lad who would have been punched out on a night out, because that's how I feel, and I got punched and I didn't get up, that's how I feel. And all night I've been getting the name Jason, so I need the connection to Jason as well. So if anybody can understand that, give us a yes down the bottom. If you don't mind. Shelley, you're just cheating now. I'm going to block you if you don't behave. Now I know how to block you and unblock you, so be careful. Right. I'm waiting for a bit of confirmation there. Your brother's Jason. But Shelley, can you understand the gentleman spirit side of life, the young lad? See, Val's gone over the other side now. She's watching on the iPad. You were on this one a minute ago, Val. Now you've gone to the iPad. This iPad and these screens are going stupid tonight. So I am looking for the connection with a young lad, spirit side of life. Or would have passed spirit side of life. And he would have been drunk. He'd have been out on a night out. He'd have got punched. And he didn't get back up. So Shelley, are you confirming what I've just said there? You're back over there now. And you, Gail, you've gone on the iPad. Right. You didn't do that. I know you didn't. I don't know what's going on, Val. It's just swapping sides. You've gone over the other side, basically. Right. So no, Tracy, I need who was drunk were not punched. But who was that young though? His friend maybe. Right, no. This young lad tells me he was punched. When I was saying I was punch drunk, that's what he was referring to. He was drunk, he was out on a night out or wherever, and he got punched and he didn't get up. That's how he brings it in, okay? That's how he brings it in. And the name Jason connects as well. That's how he brings her in. And I can't make this fit, folks. I can't. I need to get it where it needs to go. That's how he presents it. That's how he brings it in. And that's how I have to say it. I can't change it. And I definitely can't alter it. Right. So I'm not with Mandy. That's fine. I might not be with any of yous, to be fair. It's just the way he brings it in. And that's where I need to present it. And I can't change it. I really can't change it. Shelley, you've gone over the other side as well. You were on the iPad. Yeah, you've passed over the other side as well, Val. Everybody's going on the other side of life here. Must be because we've gone past 7 o'clock time. You're all changing sides. I don't think it's for you either, Shelley. That's why I'm not. I'm just doling it out. I'm not going to even say. Right, I'm going to keep hold of this young lad because he's obviously for somebody, but maybe he's not for tonight. He might be for tomorrow night. I don't know, but I am not just going to give him out because he needs his family to know he's okay, and I can't just hand him out to anybody who thinks he might be there with him because he's not. It's a vodka again. I don't know what it is, Shell, but you've all gone over the other side. You've all left StreamYard and you've all gone to the iPad to Facebook. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Hi, Shay. You're late. Where have you been? Ah, right, hang on. I'm asking for a surname to see if this lad's going to give me his surname. That's what I'm listening for. And I'm seeing certain bits of it, but I can't get it quite right yet. You're saying in Facebook it's safer. I can still block you. Don't you worry about that. Show me. I don't know. I'm not getting this surname, so we're just going to leave this young lad there for tomorrow night or whatever, in case he might give me something else here. I don't know. That's the card I chose, number 72, and this is going to be your last one for tonight. Oh, you're not too good, Shay. I'm sorry to hear that. We'll be sending you some love and healing there. Right, so this is the card I've chose, number 72. Who picked 72? Because that's what I'm after. So I'm going to read it really, really quickly and really randomly. So whoever chose 72, I'm just going to read it while I'm waiting for you there. And I'm going to say there's going to be loads of new beginnings in somebody's life here. But I feel as though at the minute a very closed book. No, Shelley, you've just been cheating all night, love. You just might as well have put the full deck down. So there's new chapters where this card belongs. Okay, there's new chapters, but at the same time, this person can be a little bit of a closed book. They don't tell on or let everybody know what's going on in their life. That they try to keep the private life private and try to close everybody out, shut them out. But I am going to say there are new chapters and new beginnings there. But I am going to say past text where things have been a little bit frayed, at times. But I believe somebody's doing. I want a scrapbook. I'm being shown a scrapbook here where somebody's doing somebody's life history or a scrapbook, or we're putting things together for somebody, saying this happened at this event, that happened at that event, and or we've been sat looking at something, and that's what I'm getting from this. So I am going to say there are new beginnings, new adventures here, and it's just a case of, and I want this in the next 8 weeks where things are going to change because the pages are flicking. Pages are flicking, yeah. So I'm going on to new and better things. So there's big changes coming in there. I know Smith is a familiar name, but I need the name Smith that connects as well. But yeah, there's things that are getting added on. So you're doing a family tree, that's brilliant. But that's where I need to say. I need the name Smith. So I don't know whether it's this lad or whether I want it connected to this card. You need something to change, like, well, it's up to you whether what you change, Shelley. But I'm going to say within the next 7 to 8 weeks, things are going to change and progress, okay? So new chapters and new beginnings there. Big changes where work's related and where family and friends are connected as well, where this is lots of changes. I'm getting lots of problems with my foot, the top end of my foot as well. And I feel as though whether I've dropped something on my foot or a brick, I feel as though I'm going to drop a brick on my foot. I'm not wishing it on you, by the way, but that's what I feel as though I've done. I feel as though you've touched upon somebody who's dropped a brick on the foot and there's problems with the top half of my foot. And that's what I'm going to say where my foot's concerned. I'm going to leave that where it is, where the foot is. Broad what? Right, so I'm going to leave that card there, and very, very quickly, I need the surname of Broadshaw. Broadshaw. If anybody can understand the Broadshaw, give me a yes. Please, give me a yes, Broadshaw, if I'm hearing it right. Broadshaw. I didn't say it was your foot, Shelley. It could be anybody around you, but there's a problem with your foot. Your foot, I've said it there. No, nobody answering me. But I'm just going to do one more shout out for this lad. The young lad I've got with me passed spirit side of life, and he was drunk and he got punched and he didn't get back up. That's what I'm after. That's what I need. And the name Jason, that connected to him as well. The name Jason. Now, somebody who's watching knows him. Let's see. Your dad has a problem with his foot, Shell. Remember I brought it forward. You'll be on tomorrow night telling me. Yeah, it's really bad. Lots of love and healing where that's concerned, but watch where there's appointments or something connected where his foot is there, Shelley. So I'm waiting one more minute and then I'm going to switch off, because if nobody's acknowledging this young lad, I want where he was drunk and he got punched and he didn't get up. And I want a connection to the name of Jason or a surname of Broadshaw or Highlander Broadshaw, or he's going in hospital tomorrow. Bless him. I see. Right, so if anybody's acknowledging him, give me a yes. If they're not, we're going to switch off and we'll leave until tomorrow. So one last chance here. Broad chalk. Might be, Shelley, it might be. Could be me mishearing it, I'm not sure. But I need Bradstore. Right, so young lad, past spirit side of life, drunk, got punched, didn't get back up. No. And the name of Jason connects. See you later, girl. So if nobody's acknowledging him, I'm going to leave him where he is. So that was my last chance of shouting him out. I'm not going to make him fit, because I can't make him fit. I just know this lad needs to be acknowledged. Hi, Lisa. You've turned up lately, so we're just about to finish, my lovely. I just need to acknowledge this young lad, and I'll bring him back tomorrow. I know I will, because he just wants to be acknowledged. He just wants to be remembered by family, okay? But he didn't wake up. So whether he went into a drunken stupor after he got hit or whatever, that's how I feel. So I'm gonna leave him where he is anyway. So thank you very much for joining me. Please come back again tomorrow night, 6 o'clock till 7. If you want to know any more about what I mentioned earlier on about the special evening clairvoyance or the spooky night, get yourself on my page, Cherokee Spirit. That's where all the details are. And if you want to know how to, please feel free to message me. So without